Okay, so I had to construct a new base, and I just put my swarm in. It was just me and my daughter, so we really didn't have an extra hand to record. But this box was completely full. I'd say there's probably a good 5 to 8 pounds of bees from that one swarm. I'm pretty sure I got the queen in there because they're all fanning like crazy. Seem to be doing pretty good. I had to whip together the hive pretty quickly, so I had to run to the store and make the top. And I went and bought the bottom with the frames in it from a local hardware store. And I'll strap this down in a minute, but I've got my syrup in there for them. See how they like that. And then on the construction of my bases here, I made this the width of the box so it fits on there nicely. So I got to center this one a little better. And then I've got hooks in there that I can strap on. And you can't see it, but I actually have a screen stapled right onto the frame. And then I do not have a bottom board because my frame is the bottom board. And it actually seems to be working pretty good, and it's one less thing I have to build. So these two I installed last week, and this one I had sold some property. I'm a realtor. I had sold some property to a friend. He bought 40 acres, and he had found a hive on it, and he didn't know what to do with it, so he gave it to me, and that was 2 years ago. And my wife decided I should do beekeeping as a hobby, so now I'm doing beekeeping. But the setup is the same. I got a brood chamber down here. This is just empty, but it holds the syrup. And this is the same. And then I've got my little divider board in there. This one I bought from a local beekeeper, and his actually has the base on it. And so my first experiment was doing it without that base, and it seems to be working pretty good. They don't seem to mind at all. I was going to change the screen out because he used window screen, and I wanted to use some 1/8 inch hardware cloth. So I went and ordered that, and I installed that in my new one, but I have not changed it out in the other ones yet. So I think the hardware cloth will let mites and things like that fall through a lot easier. And then I also, these two were nukes that I had installed, and one of them came complete with a nice set of hive beetles. So immediately I had hive beetles. I got a call coming in that I can't seem to reject. Anyways, so I installed some hive beetle stuff. Those little trays you fit down and in between the frames and fill them with oil. So we'll see how well that does, but I've been killing hive beetles as fast as I can. But when I went through the hives today, I didn't think there was any infestation at all. So we'll see how these guys do. I've got 2 daughters, so that explains the color of my hive. I'll leave the box out here overnight. It's supposed to get kind of cool again, so I'm sure they'll all run inside, I hope. And they are just fanning like crazy. So I really hope I got the queen in there. I was able to fit in all the bees and all the frames, which was quite a task because there was a ginormous amount of bees. And then if I happen to catch another swarm, I have an open spot for it. So we'll see how it goes. That's my adventures in beekeeping so far. I did find the queen in this one. I found her today. I have not found the queen in this one yet, although there was a lot of eggs. I'm sure she's in there somewhere. I'm just not very good at spotting them yet. We'll see how it goes. I'll check in with you next week.